As truly said, the best way to predict your future is to create it. Dear children, today you lead the school, tomorrow you shall lead the world. Good morning to one and all present here. It gives me an immense pleasure to start this auspicious occasion by heartily welcoming our guest speaker, Dr. M. Japamala Rani, our principal, Rev Brother Shajan Antony, our primary in charge, Brother Jacob, our academic coordinator, Martina Ma'am, our parents, and dear teachers. As we gather here this morning for the Class 1 orientation program, let's begin this program with a prayer to enlighten our minds and seek blessings of the Almighty.
As we have gathered here this morning for the orientation program, let's begin the program with a prayer to enlighten our minds. I request the parents to please stand for the prayer. Now, Felicia, Jean, Joseph, of 2nd D will lead us in prayer.
Lord Almighty, we thank and praise you for this beautiful day. Bless our brothers, our academic coordinators, guest speakers, dear parents and friends. Help us to learn new things. Give us wisdom, knowledge and courage to accept new challenges. Inspire us every day to do our best. Let this year be a wonderful year for all of us. Amen.
Thank you, Felicia. I have come to thee to take thy touch. Before I begin my day, fill my mind with thy music, and may his blessings be showered upon us, quoted by the God. Invoking the blessings of the Almighty, now the little flower choir will present a prayer song. More love, more power, more of you in my life. More love, more power, more of you in my life, and I will worship you with all of my heart.
Thank you, brother. You make the school feel like home. It wasn't my favorite place until I met you. I would like to invite our principal, Rev Brother Shajan Antony, to address the August gathering.
Esteemed Dr. Japamala Rani, psychologist and psychologist, and our dear parents as the guest speakers, Dr. Said Yasser Khadri and Padurati, Brother Jacob, primary in charge, Ms. Martina, academy coordinator, members of staff, our class 1, the teachers, and each one of you, dear esteemed parents, a very warm welcome to one and all for this inaugural session of which, as you know, is meant to facilitate that much awaited and initial appraisal and promotion of rapport which you, esteemed parents of newly arriving parent and students to the primary section. So let's give a bigger round of applause to all the guest speakers, dignitaries, and let's give a big round of applause to our dear students who are welcome to this nice song and very prayerful of the song and the prayer and anchoring with a lot of confidence. Did you feel that the song was so very, very pleasing? Because so beautiful voice. And I'm not here to give a very formal speeches or anything, because we have, though we have not met as a group because of the last 2 years of pandemic, but in virtual manner we have been interacting. That's why your faces are quite familiar. But at the same time, some of you must be the new parents to the institute. Can you just raise to your hand? 1, 2, 3, yeah, 3, 4 that's so welcome as in this to this beautiful family. You also will get acquainted with the other parents too. That I just see here the difference of yesterday I had the LKG orientation. Isn't it? LKG parents first orientation. This hall was not enough. This because maybe around 200 when you call them LKG means both parents will come along with the children. So we can understand around 200. Okay, let's put it as a 10% in Manada. But around first day, everyone will come because lot of work, anxiety, curiosity, and to interact with the teacher and first day of the school, so much. Now 2 years we have passed ago. Now you will see the same parents, probably you didn't have an opportunity. Did you have the opportunity coming together here? No, you didn't have, because by the time I think Corona came and we were interacting with virtual manner. So that way, welcome and also the blessed moment now. And 2 years old, now you see, even if I don't go, no problem. If wife is or mother is enough to go there, because this must be routine things that go on. Okay. So you will see the strength attendance will be coming down to this. Okay. So what I mean to just say, no, these children, especially these children, last 2 years, they are trying this one. And I must congratulate these children, and along with especially for the pre-primary, the LKG, UKG, the teachers, they have groomed them to be in this their first formative years and entering to the another formative years of very formal schooling. And if they have got such a confidence to address you today, is a hats off to you first, because you are the first teacher. Then of course the teachers for primary, and with a limited time, only 3 days. 3-4 days, then you have the time to for them prepare and coming to face you. So it's a joyous moment for all of us to welcome you, and this it's also well known the fact that if character of a little flower has to be built, it is not principal who made, or it is not the teachers who made, it is not the students alone. It is the parents, students, and the school community all together. And this character will be reflected, especially first goes to our own city, and from our own state. From our own state we contribute to the national character, and from national character to the international. That's a global citizenship, that for which your child is marching or entering to the first step now. So for building of this national character, this school has been here to this year from July 1st onwards we celebrate entering to the 70th year. So this is a historic moment for you and for us, so that there is something to celebrate, and your kids are entering to that part of history. And the motto of our school is let your light shine, and we take the inspiration from the Montfort. And his name is the Mary de Montfort. And the school always is a place of formal learning and training the students for the art of living. And we here and now, you are not worried about, though our parents will be worried about the knowledge. The subject knowledge, we will be concentrating much of whether he got 100 out of 100. Nowadays the system has gone to thanks to this NEP, our continuous evaluation system, so that now from mark system to the grading system. And whether the children have got all 10 out of 10, we will always focus on the more in numbers, more in marks. But from now onwards, you must focus on the life skills that you are doing, the social skills that they have learned. You must have observed the little girl who came to welcome you. She must have blacked out, but she gained confidence. Yet she bounced back and welcomed you. That is the skills that we need to develop in children. There we have to encourage children. As a parent, you must accompany the children over the years, over the days, and you must invest your time for such an activity, and must always appreciate. Today, I am sure all the parents who are sitting here would like to see my child to be present on the stage and welcome everybody, or sing something for others, and to get that confidence, and for which you must give an opportunity. When there is a fancy test, that's only for I don't have money, I don't have time, I don't know. I have paid my fee, and it's the work of teachers to do that. That should be the work. It is the co-work of the parenting, and the parent should become and encourage. And I'm sure the school will give ample opportunity, and you will see number of opportunities that you went through last year. Though we were in digital mode, virtual mode, yet our teachers must have been focusing you with the digitally participating, and you must have been preparing your children, and you know whatever the difficulties that you face, yet you have groomed the children very much. So that process is always called as the process of becoming. For today we are in some job or what we are today, so the parents and our beloved parents and our beloved teachers who are groomed us, and therefore we are comfortable in some place or other. And it is now it is your turn to give that time for your kids, and therefore all this training will become a process of becoming a beautiful citizen. So I wish all the best for all the parents who have come here to participate in this interactive session, and I wish ma'am to give useful tips for you. And I know very well this few days is going to be more, you will be, especially the mothers will have problem that the detachment of the child to the another co-mother. Co-mother is going to take charge of now the first class teacher, and they will see number of teachers now. Till now there was only mother teacher. So they will not understand many things. One teacher is coming and going, another book is coming, and sometimes some things are being written on the blackboard. So everything is new. But it is just before I have explained, it's all part of a processing of becoming a new citizen. So therefore, we need to accompany with them, and we shall not judge the teachers, judge the school, judge the students, judge the other parents, judge the other co-friends. Let us, every child is unique, and let us try to give the best of the time which. So therefore, I wish all the best for all of you, and may you have the happiest time as you child enter into the class 1. So let this parting time be party time is a joyful time that you will be able to guide them. There will be difficulties like afternoon they may sleeping, they will not be able to sit, all that will be groomed in the school. Same thing, it has to be repeatedly followed at home. Okay, so thank you and wish you all the best.
Thank you, brother, for your valuable messages. Now, our primary in charge, Reverend Brother Jacob, would share his thoughts.
Dear dignitaries at the stage, and my dear parents, I would like to share 2 or 3 points to you as parents. So kindly follow and put into practice. You know that the education begins at home with the parents. The psychologists and scientists are of the opinion that the personality of a child begins to grow, begins to develop even before the child was conceived in its own mother's womb. The personality of the child begins to develop even before the child was conceived. I hope that the psychologist will be explaining that to you in detail. So please think about it. And you know, sometimes I get embarrassed when the children or the parents comes and tells me certain things, the behavior of the child. So to guide them occasionally, I speak this sentence to them, partially I explain, the rest they will be knowing, I suppose. That's one thing. And secondly, what you should think about it is, take care of the pleasant feelings of the child. If the child begins to feel unpleasant feelings, it reacts. For example, early morning, you get up in a hurry and force the children to put on their shoes, shirts, buttons. You yourself do it. Allow the child to do all that. Encourage the child to develop its initiative. And if you, in a hurry, get the child ready, and as soon as the auto comes or the car comes, what the child just vomit on the bus. Giving you the message, now mommy, daddy, you take care of me. Spend some time for me. Change my clothes, put on new one. That is the message the child is giving. So please learn to understand these little things what the children do. Why the child is doing that. Not because it has got any sort of problem also. I just came late today because 2 children vomited and dirtied their clothes. That is one of the reasons of my coming late today. So then I thought of this communicating to you. One is LKG child, other one is first standard child. So take care of the pleasant feelings or unpleasant feelings of the child. Then spend some time with the children at home when they come back from the school. Be patient, give your ear to the child. And my final suggestion is that it is highly embarrassing for me when the children come and tells me, brother, you know what happened in my house last night? My daddy gave a slap to my mom. Oh, my daddy was scolding my mother. When you do all this, see that you don't do it in the presence of the children. The number of children they share with me. The LKG children don't tell, they tell the teacher. UKG, first standard, rarely second standard children. They come and share this. So please take care of these few things with these few suggestions. I stop my short advice to you.
It is my immense pleasure to invite Dr. Syed father of Syed Ahmed Kadri. Sir works as an associate consultant in Yashoda Hospital. Sir is an MBBS MD Ortho and a fellowship trained orthopedic surgeon. Welcome, doctor.
Reverend Brother Shajan Antony, Brother Jacob, our academic coordinator, respected teachers, parents and dear students. A very good morning to one and all and a warm welcome. I am Dr. Syed Yasir Kadri, consultant orthopedic surgeon at Yashoda Hospital, Secunderabad, and a proud parent of Master Syed Amar Kadri of class 2C, whom you just saw comparing. I am also an alumni of this prestigious institution, and it gives me immense pleasure to stand here before all of you and speak a few words and share my views on this day where we have gathered here for the orientation of you all class 1 student parents and to welcome you all to this new academic year, because this is a very different batch. In LKG you people have never seen school at all, and then in UKG partly it was offline, partly it was online. And firstly I'd like to congratulate each one of you present here for being here as part of the Little Flower family, because it's a school known for its values world over. When you hear the name Little Flower, you know that the feeling of discipline, values and many other things crops up in each one's mind when people hear the name itself. I'm sure many of you must be ex-alumni, and also many people must have always wanted their children to go to Little Flower and must have worked really hard to get here. It's not easy to get in. The students from this school are known for the discipline inculcated into them by the principal, teachers, even the staff that works here. Even the staff who is working at the gate is responsible for the discipline that the students have here. recently our staff, Mr. Shiva, who has completed 40 years in the school, was felicitated by everyone in the school, right from the principal to the students to the parents, everyone. That shows how it is taught in the school how to respect even the smallest member. I mean, if you're talking about the person standing at the gate every day, day in and day out, not involved in the studies per se, but still, I mean, who's involved in teaching your child how to take care of himself, right from the moment he enters the school till he leaves. That is how this school teaches you how to respect each and every one. This school also teaches you how to be organized in life. We feel that this is a very small word, but it means a lot, because this is what will help you in the future itself. Like for example, if your child is like getting ready for school tomorrow, arranging his bag, the school bag in which he needs the books according to the periods that he has tomorrow, and then the school dress that he has, that teaches him things for the coming life, how to manage his life for the coming days, for the coming thing which he has to be prepared for. No one else is going to teach him that. Like brother has already mentioned, education starts at home. I'm sure you as parents would want your children to learn all these things at home and also at school, but you should not think that it is only the school's responsibility to teach him all these things. It is also yours. So as much as the effort that is there from the principal or the teachers or the staff here at school, it is also equally important for you people to give in that much effort from your side to teach your child. And one of the most important values taught here is, like I said, to respect. I mean, be it your elders or your fellow students or your teachers or the people who are there to help you, your helpers, the dayas, the people who are there to look after you. The most important thing I feel when it comes to school is the people who take care of your safety. Right from the moment you as parents drop your child to the school and till the moment you pick them up, it is their responsibility. You go to work, you are at home, just forgetting about the fact that your child is there. You are able to be at peace only because they are doing their job very well. As a parent, I also want each one of you to take part in the child's overall development. Like Brother Shajan has mentioned, it is not just studies that are going to be looked after from now on. Gone are those days when people used to talk only about marks. You also have to make your child work on the literally cultural and sports aspects of their life, because it is the overall development. No one is going to look after only the books, only the studies, only the way you're going to get your marks. It has to be an overall development of this child, and you also have to be an equal partner in the teaching of those things. And one thing you can do is make your child participate in everything possible. It doesn't matter whether your child wins or loses, but it is very important that each and every thing that is organized by the school, inside the school or outside also, there are many occasions which are there, you have to make sure your child participates. That is very, very important. We should not think that it is not for us. Like Brother Shajan said, you have to make it a point, because children, especially first grade students, they have no knowledge of all these things. You as parents have to take part. You have to give time. No matter how busy you are in your schedule, you have to take out time for them. And it is your effort. It is going to be your effort. Whatever your child is going to become 10 years, 20 years from now, and in their future, it's majorly going to be your effort. Recently, an alumni from this school was selected for the civil services. Many of you must have heard about him in the newspapers. And he made it a point to tell how important it was his parents' hard work in his success. So if you want your children to succeed, then it is your responsibility more than anyone else's. So that is the whole point of having this orientation program and trying to inculcate that sense into all of you that in your child's development, it is a major part is your effort. It can be either of you, it can be both of you, depending, you guys have to manage and decide it for yourself. You'll have to encourage your child. That has to be a constant process, not just like telling him once in a while, once in a month to study well or to work hard, any other aspects of the cultural or the sports events. You'll have to make sure that your child is regular and punctual. That is a very, very important aspect of this school that I can tell you that the regularity and the punctuality, I don't know about now, but when I was a student, we had an award for the student who used to have 100% attendance. Even now people are appreciated in the primary school. I've seen my child getting stickers for 100% attendance. So these are little things which teach you how to succeed in life later on. Probably they don't mean much now, but your child will learn how to be punctual and regular, probably to work later on, probably for his work, how to complete his work later on. So make sure you meet the teachers regularly and the principal whenever you need, because he's very approachable. Both Brother Jacob and Brother Shajan are always there to help whatever problems you have. Lastly, I'd like to thank the principal and the teachers and academic coordinator for calling me here to share my views, and wishing all of you all the best for the
Good morning. Thank you. Respected Brother Shajan Antony, respected Brother Jacob, and all the dignitaries on the dais, respected teachers, parents, I thank from the bottom of my heart for giving me this warm invitation and allowing me to speak my experiences here. Thank you. I am Dr. Pallavi Reddy, homeopathic doctor by profession, practicing since 15 years. My eldest daughter is studying in 7th standard and my young son is studying in 2nd standard. I would like to quickly tell my experience in few points what I felt, because in the last 1 to 2 years children have been attending online classes more than offline. But I must really congratulate and I must really thank the Little Flower staff, teachers, because they have helped so much to the children. And what I felt, what I have observed through this period is that even though the children were attending online classes, but the discipline was maintained. The children were asked to sit in school uniforms while attending the online classes, which I like the most. Because when they sit in the uniform, there is a confidence, there is a discipline, and then they are aware that they are sitting in front of the teachers. So I felt really this was really appreciating. And the second thing is cultural activities. Even though the children were at home attending the online classes, still every Saturday cultural activities were arranged by the school. The teachers used to encourage them to take part in like singing, dance, fancy dress, and so many competitions were arranged, speech competition, story competition, okay, in different languages. So that was really very good. And the children were participating with so much interest, with so much happiness. They would feel so much good after attending those competitions. They were encouraged, they were appreciated for that. And the third thing I observed was teachers were always on time. Even though it was online classes, teachers used to be on time, they used to take the attendance. They would allow every child to speak. They would allow every child to tell their own views. That was really very good. And teachers, I observed that they were very keen. They knew each and every child's advantages. They knew what the child was interested in. I remember the class teacher of Naren. She remembered what are the hobbies and interests of my child in among so many children. This is really very appreciating fact, because even though they are taking so many classes, still they remember each and every child's qualities. That is really good. And I used to observe that teachers, as soon as they come and start the online classes, immediately they used to not run on the subject. They used to first summarize what happened in the last class. Are the students comfortable? They are learning or not? They used to take care of all these small little things. And also the children were allowed, they were asked to show their handwritings. You know, Little Flower School children have a very beautiful handwriting. And this credit goes to teachers. Because I used to see that the teachers used to check their classwork, and the children have learned so many good things from here, because not scribbling on the index page, not writing on the back of the page, writing neatly, cursive handwriting, everything is taught very systematically in the class. And teachers were constantly keeping on checking students' handwriting, their homeworks, asking them any doubts they have. This is really good. And also the children, they used to observe the teachers' actions, and they used to learn good manners and good obedience from them. They show a lot of respect, and there is a special bonding between the children and the teachers in this school. I have seen my children, as soon as they come home, they like to share so many good things about their school, about the teachers, which I feel very happy. As a parent, what do we require? What do we need? When the child comes home from school, he is very happy. Because most of the time he is spending in the school, and he is learning there so many good things. And because I can say that teachers are the real, in all these days I have seen teachers have contributed a lot to the child's development. And the children were asked to read, each and every child in the class is asked to read the lesson, is asked to read the points, so that no child can be missed in the class. This was really, I felt like this was really very observing fact. And this school has not only imparted value education, they have also asked the children to develop their talents, skills, their abilities, their social connectivity. Okay, as soon as the online classes were started, the COVID protocols, the COVID precautions, what has to be taken, even while coming to school, what precautions has to be taken, were very well taught to the children. And the children were not feared of that COVID. They were actually aware of it. And they used to come home and tell me what to be done, what not to be done, which I feel like everything, this is all sharing and imparting the quality education and knowledge and social awareness, which is very nice fact. And the children have not only been, like, bookish knowledge was not taught here. Everything is taught in a very disciplined way. The children are allowed to speak properly, they are allowed to improve their skills also. So I really appreciate, I'm really grateful that teachers are so open and they are so responsible, and Little Flower School is imparting such a quality education to the children. Thank you. Thank you.
beginning of the cure. It is my immense pleasure to invite Dr. M. Japamala Rani to address the gathering. Ma'am is a highly qualified psychiatrist and has secured diploma in Bharatanatyam and folk dance. She started infant diseases school in Musrambagh, worked as a psychologist at Nilofer Hospital, and at present working as a counselor for children and families. She also conducts various awareness and motivational sessions at NGOs, schools and other organizations. She participated in the awareness program on neuro-linguistic programming organized by Telangana Psychologist Association. Ma'am was bestowed with numerous awards like Excellence Awards from former presidents Gyani Jail Singh, K.R. Narayana, and from former chief ministers N. Janardhan Reddy and Chandrababu Naidu. She received Best Teacher Award in 1997, Best Dedicated Teacher in 1999, and Uttam Upadhyay in 2000. She was honored with Dr. B.R. Ambedkar Ratna National Award in 2019 and Doctor of Psychology Award in 2020. She's a great team worker, team leader, very creative and innovative. Today, we have a right person in the right place at the right time with present vision. Welcome, ma'am. Respected rectors, doctors, teachers, and parents of this Little Flower High School students. Good morning, one and all. It's a great privilege for me to address this wonderful gathering. I conducted many sessions in various schools, orphan homes, rescue homes and so on. But this gathering looks me very special because rectors with great experience, well qualified in philosophy, theology, psychology and so on. And teachers, the only profession who can design us, every student, and give them life to create a different and wonderful universe. And you, the parents, from different professions and occupations, really it's a great honor for me. So I thank rectors for giving me this opportunity. Then coming to parents, parents are very important. Without parents, there is no creation. They are respectable, honorable and worshipable when they fulfill their responsibilities towards their children. And mother is the first guru who can teach her fetus itself. So really, dear parents, you are so great. And how many of you love your children? It's little embarrassing, but because no parent lives without loving their children, isn't it? But how many of you have complaints with your children, problems with your children, in whatever way? while brushing, bathing, eating, playing, writing, reading, sleeping, in every way. Raise your hands, those parents don't have any complaints, any problems with your children. Raise your hands. Yeah, 2 hands. Again, one went up. Yeah, 2 hands. Very good. Excellent. Because to say it's not at all a problem. It's just behavior of the small kids. You just have to modify it. It's in your hands. Okay? And don't complain every time. I'll tell you one story. A crow in a jungle was blessed with babies, and it every day goes for food grains for her babies. So one day while going on the way, she met a cat. When she saw the cat, immediately triggered her babies in her mind. This cat is entering the jungle means there is no safety for my babies. So immediately what it did, it requested the cat. She asked, where are you going? Then the cat replied, I'm going to find my food. So immediately the crow requests the cat, please leave my babies. For the God's sake, leave my babies. They are so tiny, just born babies, and I love them the most. And she continued requesting the cat. So finally the cat promised, surely I'll not touch your babies. But how to recognize your babies? Then immediately the crow described the resemblance of her babies. My babies are so cute, pretty and beautiful. They are intelligent and at the same time they are innocent. So please save my babies. So the cat agreed and both of them went to their work. And when the crow returned to the nest, there were no babies. Empty nest. It shrieked with bitter cry. So immediately she ran to catch the cat. When she saw the cat, she depressed the cat and asked, why are you so cruel? Why did you eat my babies? You promised me and finally you cheated me. She was going on grumbling. So immediately the cat was surprised and said, no, I didn't touch your babies. Let's go and see. When she went to the nest, the cat was shocked. This is not your nest. Because you said your babies are so beautiful, pretty and cute. But the babies in this nest I found very ugly and dark color. So immediately the crow screamed with a loud noise and said, is there any mother entire the universe who doesn't appreciate the beauty of her babies? इस दुनिया में कोई ऐसी माँ हो सकती जो अपने बच्चों की खूबसूरत को तारीफ नहीं कर पाएगी? Saying these words, she was continued weeping for her babies. So, my dear parents, don't try to find mistakes from your children. Appreciate them. Whatever it is, appreciate. Tap on their shoulder.
They'll get the confidence. Yeah, my mother is there for me. My father is there for me. Prepare your children as self-esteem children. And how many of you are spending time with your children? Yes, very good. And at the same time, children are very clever. So, don't order them, don't command them, don't demand them, and don't tell them early, get up early in the morning, brush your teeth, wash your face, dress yourself, go to school, come and write your homework, do this, do that, sleep in time. Don't order them, don't tell them. You just do it. They will follow you. Practice what you preach. According to Albert Bandura, his experiments proved that children learn by observation. Even in our houses, many of you noticed, I think, children will be imitating their parents and elders. Sometimes, especially girls, they take one dupatta and wear like sari and act like mother. How mother cooks, how mother scolds, how mother speaks, how mother carries the baby. And sometimes like teachers also they'll be writing on the doors, walls and treat other friends as students. So this is all by observation. Then why don't they learn the good habits also from you? Here, as Abdul Kalam said, you cannot change your future, but you can change your habits. So through your habits, your children will learn. Sometimes don't underestimate your children. They are very clever. Their cognitive levels are very high. Sometimes they'll be busy with their toys, games and all. You feel like that. They'll be busy, but their mind will be watching, hearing, everything it will be doing. So be careful while speaking in front of your children, though they are busy with their games, busy with their other works. Either it is family matters, official matters, whatever it is, be careful while speaking. And no quarreling, no arguments in front of the children. That affects a lot. Till the age of 5 and 6, 90% of brain will develop. So everything will be stored, whatever good or bad, positive, negative, cruel, kind, everything will be stored. So everything is in your hands. And if a husband speaks politely to his wife and the wife speaks politely to his husband and the husband respects his wife and the wife respects her husband, then automatically your children will respect you now and in future. It's not necessary to give them a special training. Only what you do, they will follow. What you throw, the same ball will come to you. If you throw a rubber ball, the same will come, but it doesn't turn into golden ball, isn't it? So be careful. And how much time you are spending with your children? Many of them you raise your hands. So how much time? Before joining to school, minimum 10 hours you must spend with your children. It is must. And after joining, maximum 7 to 8 hours they'll be in the school, and 8 hours, 9 hours they'll sleep, and rest of the 8 hours you must give them time, spend with your children. And encourage them when they ask questions. How many questions as possible as they can, let them ask. You 100% of time to hear the questions and try to answer. For every question there is an answer. So you must try to give. Don't tell that it's a intelligent question or foolish question, important question or waste question. That all our feelings. Our duty is just to answer them. Because children are very clever, very, very clever. I'll explain you my experience. In LKG class, I was teaching A for apple, B for boy. So I was describing what is apple, what is boy. Then I came to K for king. So king means Raja, he lives in Mahal, the palace and all I explained. Then I came to Q for queen. Queen means Rani, she stays along with the king in the Mahal. And then came to the R for rose. So I was describing the rose. Immediately one student stood up and said, his name was Karthik. So after 10 years also I can remember him. So such a great experience he gave me. He said, no, don't say like that. Ala chappakudu. You said about the king. Then you said about the queen. So when the king is there, he will take the rose and give it to the queen. So in that way you must explain. Yes, I agree. And one more experience, one boy of UKG class, this is 40 years back incident. His name Manohar. Unexpectedly one day he brought a big rose of wheat color. So I was so attracted and unexpectedly, first time I asked him, do you have a plant of this? He said, yes. Will you get a cutting of this? He said, if you want plants, you must buy them. If you ask in this house, that house or neighboring house, will you get them? He put a question mark. Till now it is for me a question mark. Even if I see some plants and beautiful flowers, though I attract to them, but no touch. It's Manohar's formula for me. Lifetime lesson. So from small kids, we can learn so many lessons. So just go on listening to your children. Listen as much as you can. Be a good listener. Don't stop them. Because when you go on listening, there is no chance of lying for them. No secrets will be there. Because they will get the habit of opening up. Every time they'll be telling every information they'll give you, if you give a chance to them. And sometimes children will question you with brilliant questions. One student came from the school and said, Mama, from tomorrow I'm not going to school anymore. Then mother said, what happened? Why? Because Monday my teacher explained 4 plus 4 makes 8. And Tuesday she said 6 plus 2, 8. And today she is telling 5 plus 3 makes 8. So I'll not go back to school until she makes up her mind. See how brilliant they are. We are nothing in front of them. So in that way, you are really great people to have such wonderful children. And always give priority to your children. Wherever, at home or outside, in picnics, parks, parties, malls, markets, give them priority. When you are purchasing something, give them chance to select them. Yes, when you ask them, Beta, which color is good, which one suits for me, which dress suits for me, in that way you give them priority, they'll give you such a great respect. Always it will be. See how I kept that Karthik and Manohar in my mind. The same way your children will have a great respect to you in future also. No doubt ये बुढ़ापन में मुझे देखता है या नहीं. No doubt. Surely he will see, look after you. जरूर देखेगा वो. And please don't beat your children. You will lose the affection from your child. Don't scold them. No aggressive behavior also. That affects a lot. That fear makes stress for them. And that stress will affect respiratory system, digestive system, excretory system or muscular system also. Every time from childhood, children will be saying body pains, मुझे यहाँ दर्द दे रहा, वहाँ दर्द दे रहा, पेट में दर्द दे रहा, but we don't agree it. But because of fear, it becomes stress, and that stress results in this way. I'll tell you one example. One 6th class girl admitted in Neelofer hospital for 3 days. All tests were done, screening, scannings, everything were done. Finally, nothing was in, all normal. Then they brought to me. After counseling, I found that her maths teacher beat her very badly. And not only her, in front of her, she'll be beating other, that also she explained. In front of me, she'll be beating other students. So I can't bear that cruelty. So in that way she explained me. And how it affected on respiratory means long breathing she used to take. Means then she will stop. Again after some time she'll come down. That is the reason how it affects. And this fear, stress becomes childhood trauma. And that childhood trauma leads to future drug addiction, alcohol, smoking habits and other bad habits. So you may think अभी करे सो बाद में कब की 15 साल के बाद 20 साल के बाद कैसा होता Day before yesterday or yesterday in some places had heavy rains and storms. We don't know, some of us don't know because we didn't see that. But while going to offices, morning time they'll see, why the roads are blocked with all the trees and fallen trees because of yesterday's storm. Why the roads are so dirty? Because of yesterday's rain. Why the drainages are blocked? Because of yesterday's rain. Yeah, yesterday's atmosphere affects to the future. So be careful about your children. And one more thing, don't compare your children with anyone. Your children are extraordinary. They have unique talents among them. Try to bring out the hidden talents of your child and lead them to move reach their goals. That you can help, but don't compare. Suppose your husband compares you with the neighbor's wife, and your wife compares you with the neighbor's husband. Do you feel happy? Are you happy? No. In Telugu film, in old film, one Allu Ramalinga character for husband and Rama Prabha was wife. So every time that wife comes and tells, ఏమండి పక్కింటి వనజ వాళ్ళ ఆయన పట్టు చీర కొనిచ్చాడండి, ఏం చేయమంటున్నావే నన్ను. He irritates because comparison he doesn't like. Then again one day he comes and says, ఏమండి పక్కింటి కామాక్షమ్మ వాళ్ళ ఆయన కాసుల పేరు చేయించాడండి. Immediately he'll get reacted. ఏం చేయమంటున్నావు, వాడికి ఆదాయం ఎక్కువ ఉంది, నాకు లేదు, నన్ను ఏం చేయమంటున్నావు, నా తల బాదుకోమంటున్నావా? So that way the problems will start. The other day one day she comes and tells, ఏమండి వెనకింటి వాడు తీర్థయాత్రలకు వెళ్తున్నారంటండి, మనము వెళ్దామా? అవునే నా పీక పిసికేసి నన్ను తీసుకెళ్ళి గంగలో కలిపేసి. So in that way we don't like comparison. Then what about our children? You are not comparing, just it is insulting your children, because your children are God's gift. They are the birds of God's garden. Let them bloom happily, joyfully, colorfully. Everything is in your hand. Their future is in their hand. Not only their future, with their future, your future also fixed. Isn't it? So, everywhere be careful. And as the brother said, not only after birth, or 1 year age, 2 years age, 3 years age. Normally to say, till 6th year, I said I think 5 to 6 years, the brain will be developing. 90% of brain will develop, and the rest of the 10% will go up to 24 and 25 years. So everything will be formed here only. And so next thing, if any husband and wife you want to give birth to your child, you should prepare before at least 4 months of conceiving. Mentally, physically, and with your husband and wife relationship, mutual understandings, peaceful atmosphere, respecting each other, and so on. How the farmer cultivates his land before sowing seeds. In the same way, mother and father should prepare, get ready to conceive a baby. And even mothers should take folic acid tablets with the guidance of their doctors to avoid birth defects. And then whole family should support that mother, giving good atmosphere, happy environment, and nutritious food. And as I said, mother is the first guru. She must read valuable books, listen to good music, chanting shlokas or according to your customs, prayers and all, listening, chanting, reading, learning, hearing, makes the child an intelligent one. Nutritious food, peaceful atmosphere, and all these supports to give birth to a healthiest baby. Completely avoid the electronic gadgets, because these electronic gadgets affect the baby's nervous system, neurons, neurotransmitters, and growth of the brain. That is the why that today's many children are facing developmental delay, autism, ADHD and other mental related problems. So completely, if it is must, only call, just have a call, that's all. No taking the phones and other things. That radiation will affect a lot. Even after birth also, children, parents are very happy, मेरा लड़का हर एक दवा का सब मालूम है उसको, सब सीखता उसमें से और बहुत अच्छा इंग्लिश बात करता, but he will lose the communication, reciprocal communication. किसी के साथ रहने का पसंद नहीं करते, चार लोगों में जाने का पसंद नहीं करते. So always there will be single, feel like staying single with that cell phone. So that is why please avoid electronic gadgets. And one more point, as brother said, whatever actions, whatever behavior, personality forms inside the mother's womb only. Yes, it is true. How Abhimanya learned to enter Padma Vyuha when he was inside the womb. Prahalada learned Narayana Mantram from Narada Muni inside the womb only. And when, according to the Bible, Mary was conceived by the grace of Holy Spirit. When Angel Gabriel said about the Elizabeth also was conceived and going through with 6th month of pregnancy, immediately Mary ran to travel to hill station to greet Elizabeth for her pregnancy. So when Mary and Elizabeth, both of them are relatives. So when Elizabeth heard the greetings of Mary, immediately the baby in her womb leaped with joy. See, inside the womb, everything starts from the conceiving time. So we should be very careful about our children from the conceiving time. And I'll tell you 4 pillars of life for future. The first one, give nutritious food to your children. And second one, give them good exercise, games, whatever they like. Let them have, after school directly, many of parents will send their children to tuitions. And in some corporate schools from morning to 6, their parents are so happy. मेरा लड़का सुबह में गए तो शाम में आता. क्या करता? खाता क्या, पीता क्या? कितना tired होता? How much stress they feel. They are not bothered at all. सुबह में गए, शाम में आए, बस पास हो गए. पास होते. That is not. They should pass the life. And the third one, behavior. That also comes from you only. How you are feeding food, how you are giving exercise. In the same way, third, behavior also comes from you only. So good behavior, also a pillar. And the fourth one, good education. So when they have good nutritious food, good exercise, good behavior, there is no need to say anything about the education. Automatically, they'll have interest to study, write, everything, learn. So, dear parents, give your children lot of time with patience, encourage them, and give priority to them, and finally, respect them. Don't compare with anyone. You should be like a role model to your children. Thank you very much.
We follow the instruction to reach our destination. Now I invite Hannah teacher to read the instructions.
Good morning, brothers, academic coordinator, guest speaker, and dear parents. First, let me introduce the teachers handling different sections of class 1. 1A, Miss Hannah. 1B, Miss Hasibunisa. 1C, Miss Manju Bajaj. 1D Miss Sarisha, 1E Miss Vanaja. Now, here we have some instructions and guidelines. Listen carefully. Shuffling of the students is done by taking the academic performance into consideration. All the toppers, average and slow learners are equally divided in all the sections. Home is the first school, so let's try to imbibe in them the values of respect and discipline and follow the rules and regulations of our school. Parents should offer timely support and encourage the children in all areas. Parents are also requested to send their children neatly dressed to school in proper uniform and in time. Children should wear sports uniform on Wednesdays and white uniform on Saturdays. Children should be taught to tie their shoelace in order to avoid small accidents that take place while playing. The lunch bag or basket should be labeled for easy identification. Children should be given little quantity of food so that they may not waste it by throwing, and also see that we may not create aversion by giving them many boxes. Distribution of gifts on birthdays are not allowed. Fancy pencil boxes should be strictly avoided, as the children easily get distracted and thereby lose their concentration. Please help your child to cultivate proper toilet habits. Do not develop the habit of giving money, as they misuse it by buying contaminated food from outside. After 8:05 a.m., the parents are not allowed to carry the bags to the classrooms, as it is causing a lot of inconvenience to other children and also disturbing their happy mood. Parents are advised to spend quality time with their wards in order to clarify their queries and doubts. Parents should extend their maximum support and train their children for different competitions. Co-curricular activities, CCA, are class competitions held during the CCA periods to enhance the overall development of the child. The students are encouraged to participate in various literary and cultural events. There are also some paid clubs for which special coaching is given to the students in various sports and cultural activities during CCA periods. Classes for robotics are also arranged once in a week within the school hours. Children who are interested can join these classes. Enroll your child's name by paying the specified amount in the office and bring it to the notice of the teacher by sticking the receipt in the last page of the calendar. Parents are requested to pay the school fee on time. There is a page where the particulars of the fee paid should be entered. Please make sure to go through the calendar every day, as the calendar is the main tool of communication. Please fill all the particulars in pages wherever required in the calendar. In case of absence for a long period due to sickness, the teacher should be informed and a medical certificate should be produced. In case of a leave, prior permission is required. Children suffering from any sickness like epilepsy, convulsions, should be brought into the notice of the class teacher personally, so that keen observation would be there and remedies required would be taken. Please follow the timetable put up in the notice board of each class and send the books required. Send computers, value education and GK readers according to the timetable only. Do not make the bags too heavy. Teachers' remarks should be checked daily in the school calendar. Notebooks should be checked daily to know the dictation dates and the activities which are to be done. We are strictly insisting that only the students should write in their class works. Otherwise, marks will not be given. In case of absentees, parents are requested only to copy the notes after 3:30 p.m. Check the homeworks given by the teachers and submit them on the very next day itself. Cultivating reading habits is a must for each child to create an awareness of new vocabulary. Handwriting needs to be practiced every day at home. There will be 4 formative assessments and 2 summative assessments. We have formative assessment for marks 20, which are split accordingly. 5 marks for classwork and dictation, 5 marks for oral response, 5 marks for project, and 5 marks for the test. For any doubts, please consult the teachers. For the first time, the children will be doing their formative assessment, sitting in different classes. So they should be well prepared and should be able to read the questions by their own and write the answers. Please do not expect teachers to read as the children are getting habituated to. Marks given after each examination should be entered in the school calendar. We are very lucky to have many apps through which messages could be sent by our school. Please do utilize them. If you have any doubts regarding the information, check it with that of the classwork and calendar. Please consult IPC in high school if the messages are not being sent or received by you. Understand your child as a unique human being and take immediate corrective steps if he or she is off the track. Parents are requested not to enter the primary school in the morning and afternoon. In case of any emergency, prior permission from the primary in charge or academic coordinators should be taken and then only meet the teacher. Parents who wish to meet the teachers on any working days, that is from Monday to Friday, are requested to do so only between 3:30 to 4 p.m. Parents should not come and feed the children during the lunch. Parents should make sure that they pick up the child after the school as early as possible. We, the teachers and parents, are working hard for the benefit and progress of the child. Let's continue to work hard with cooperation and understanding rather than finding faults. I am sure that parents will try their best to make the school a comfortable place for every child. And this year, the theme being Creative Minds Connect the Future. Let's be creative enough, come up with great thoughts to build healthy lives at home, in school, and in the society. A life, and that too a beautiful life, does not just happen. It's built daily with love, laughter, sacrifice, patience, grace, and forgiveness. And it's only because of the creative and great heads who hoped for the bright future and who are still with the same hope, we are able to celebrate the Platinum Jubilee this year. So let's develop creative thinking, be logical, systematic, manageable in all areas and at all times, and even at the hour of crisis, come what may, so that we may have focus on child's overall development with a hope that they would flourish, excel, and be useful citizens for the society. Thank you.
Good morning, respected brothers and the dignitaries on the dais. A very good morning to you. I wouldn't call you the most privileged parents because I'm feeling jealous of you. Shall I tell you the reason? You spent 2 years with your child while the child had to be here in the school, isn't it? Let's not discuss the reason why it has happened. All of us are aware. Yeah? So I would call you challenging parents. Though jealous of you, very happy that you have spent 2 precious years with your child. I would still call you what? What are you called? Yeah, a little louder. Yeah. So you are the challengers because you have to bridge the gap for those 2 years lost. It's a great responsibility. That is why the challengers. Can anyone tell me which is the biggest university in the world? Home. Okay, any other answer? Mother. Okay, you're coming close to the answer. Family. Okay. Any other chances you'd like to take? Let me, yeah.
Father.
Father, yeah, surely. When you say home, family, beta, father is included. How can you spare the father? Let me answer the question. Can I? It is nothing but the lap of a mother. So, a request to this batch of challenging parents. Your child has missed the personal attention given by the teacher to learn the formation of letters, to write the cursive line, the standing line, sitting line, falling line, all those lines. Now you have to do the repairs. How will you do it? Take your child, put your child on your lap. Okay? Don't take it as a burden, like how Madam has said. Love your child. Hold the hand of the child, teach the child. If the child falters, be patient. Okay? And you need more patience. The degree of level of your patience has to increase because you are the challengers. All the very best. Thank you.
Thank you, teacher. Living in a state of gratitude is the gateway to grace. Now I request Haseen teacher to deliver the vote of thanks.
The real gift of gratitude is that the more grateful you, the more present you become. A warm and a graceful morning to everyone. It's my privilege to propose a vote of thanks and acknowledge the contribution of those who have made this program successful. I, Haseen, on behalf of the school management, first I would like to extend my most sincere thanks to the God Almighty for making today's event a resounding with His blessings and grace. I am immensely thankful to our chief guest, Dr. M. Japamala Rani, and dear parents, Dr. Sayyid Yasir Khadri and Dr. Pallavi Reddy for their inspiring and valuable thoughts. My hearty gratitude to our principal, Reverend Brother Shajan Antony, for enlightening our minds with his words and for his guidance in organizing this program. And I also thank our primary in charge, Reverend Brother Jacob, for his constant support. With a great pleasure, I would like to thank our academic coordinator, Martina ma'am, for the timely support in making this program a memorable one. But in the last, I need to mention my deepest sense of appreciation for the presence of all the parents here and my dear teachers for their untiring effort in organizing this program. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, teacher. Anytime I sing the anthem, it is an